Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We have a great presentation here today. Without any further ado, Gary, come on down. Perfect. It's all you now. If you can go ahead and give yourself a warm self-introduction. It's all you. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Dan, and welcome everybody. Let me first share my screen. Okay. So I'm super excited to talk about Chatbot in 2020. I wish we were all together in Las Vegas, but it's super cool to be doing it from home, doing it online, and to talk about Chatbot. We're going to try to answer this question: why your customers still ask to chat with a human? Why if you chat with a bot, you still want to go to a human? What we can do about it? And so just a little bit about me, a little quick introduction. I'm lead data product manager at Verizon. I have around 5 years of experience in the chatbot and AI space. And I've seen and tried multiple chatbot platforms. I've seen many of them, tried many of them. I can see the different aspects. And I really have a data-driven approach. I have a master's degree from Columbia University in data science. But so let's talk about chatbot. I think it's a really interesting time to be in that field because over the last 70 years, we've seen a massive evolution from maybe like 1950 with the Alan Turing first idea of a chatbot to 2011 with Siri and chatbot being here on your phone, and now 2020, I believe it's the age of maturity, where chatbot is everywhere, but chatbot can also be really good, really smart, and maybe at a stage where your customers don't ask to chat with a human. But the way I want to look at this question is, despite the advancements in AI, why your customers still ask to chat with a human. We've seen massive advancement in AI during the last few years. GPT-3, as very recently has been a really good showing really good performance in generating text, and so still it sometimes seems that chatbot doesn't follow this trend, or does it? A question I'd like to ask is, if you had to do surgery and your surgeon was not a human, it was an AI, would you be excited about it? Would you be frightened? Would you want to do it? And let's say all the medical experts in the world would tell you, hey, this surgeon is as good as a human. Would you go for it? As of today, I can tell you my answer is no. I would still prefer going with a human. And so there's actually a really interesting study from Gartner on this topic, where they ask people, assuming that AI and a human would be as performant, as good, which one would you choose? And still, people would go and choose a human in most cases. You've seen this, your surgeon at the bottom, 80% would prefer a human. But for some other use cases, such as customer service agents, which is the one I'm working on at Verizon, most people would be maybe okay to speak with an AI. Maybe not most people, but some people would be okay. So going back to the original question, would people speak to, why people still want to speak to a human? Well, this is, kind of like by default, they're the preferred route. Now, a good news is that often AI is the acceptable trade-off. And so here what we're saying is that for some reason, you would be okay going to an AI if it saves time, if it saves money, if it's easier, it's maybe fun. And so when it comes to chatbot, often you can save time. Do you want to spend 10 minutes in line on the phone to wait for a human to be available, or do you prefer speaking with an AI that's here available right now? Sometimes, do you want to pay more to get this service that gives you access to human agents, or are you okay, to paying less but maybe just getting the AI? So we're seeing places where our customers are really happy to actually go to an AI. So some good news, some bad news here overall from a customer perspective. And so, my feeling when I look at this is like the state of the AI is here. This GIF on the left, super performant, super smart, really getting there. But when I look at many chatbots, many enterprise chatbots, often, it seems like the AI is there. So not there yet. You can tell that the robot was able to realize that the ball was coming. It was, almost there catching the ball, but not really able to save the ball and stop the score. Okay. And so to me, a big misconception here about chatbot is that chatbot equals AI. What I want to show you today is that chatbot is actually very different from AI. And if your chatbot is not performing, it's not always because of your AI, and very often it's not because of your AI. So, number one, it's not AI's fault. So, let's talk about what the AI does in the chatbot. The main thing that the AI is doing, it's not the only thing, but the main thing is intent recognition. So within the field of natural language processing, you have a subfield called natural language understanding, which is really about understanding human languages instead, compared to coding languages. And within this field, you have intent recognition. Intent recognition is the ability to predict what categories or topics the user is interested from a text input. So, use an example here. If I say, oh, I want to change my password, maybe I will remember it, then the chatbot can read this and say, okay, this, among all the potential categories, this is supposed to be the reset password. But that's it. That's kind of like the main thing that intent recognition does. You want to change your password. I got it. I understood it. And the technology behind evolved from keyword detection to deep learning. Keyword detection was great for very simple examples. I want to change my password. Change password. Okay, this is the reset password intent. When it comes to very complex examples, like the one here, only the latest deep learning-based chatbot can solve it. And the example above that we're seeing here, it seems a bit crazy, but people actually say that to chatbots sometimes. Here it would be someone saying, oh, my sister is upstairs, she can't get access to her account. I don't think she remembers the password. What can I do? Not exactly clear. But with the latest deep learning technology, you can actually say with very high accuracy that this is a reset password. So my point is the technology is there, the AI is there, it's able to do its job. It can, yes, sometimes be improved. There's a lot of work being done around maintaining context. Here we see an example of a user asking, can I get a latte? And the bot would say, what type of milk? Hot milk? The bot would respond, do you want to add sugar? Actually, I want to change to soy milk. Some chatbots would be completely lost because they were expecting a sugar amount answer from the user. But here, let's say you want to change your previous answer, your oat milk, some chatbots would be completely lost. Here, there is still improvements that can be done, and we're seeing really good improvements where on the right, you have the example where the chatbot gets it, okay, I'll change from oat milk to soy milk and ask again, do you want to add sugar? The point I'm making here is that understanding is not answering. So the AI-based NLU is kind of like the ear of your AI. It does the job. I want to change my password. I get it. This is a reset password. But now that I know you want to reset your password, what do you say back to the customer? What do you do? How do you actually reset the password? And this is the part of the chatbot that's often broken. So if it's not AI, what is it? I believe it's the process that you have to create flows and to create conversation, to create those answers. Interestingly, the process to create those sensors is a very big partnership, specifically in big enterprise between different teams. First, chatbot analytics. You might have people that look at the conversation, look at what your users, what your customers care about, and try to find topics with high potential where the team should focus. Two, you have flow builders and copywriter who really think about, how should we design the answer? What should we say? Specifically, if you have designed a personality or a name for your chatbot, you want to make sure that what you say matches the personality. Three, in the bottom, you have IT architect. They're going to think, okay, what are the APIs? What are the technical requirements that we need to find to build this? For example, what's the password API? How do we connect to this? Do we need to be authenticated for this? Four, you have people assessing the risk, legal, IT security, compliance, checking that everything you're building is in line with the company policies. And five, finally, the engineer, the ML data people, data scientists come in and say, okay, we need to build a flow, code it, train the model, QA. The problem that I've seen very often is that this overall process with many different teams, even sometimes more than here, is a disconnected, messy process that can lead to failure. Why? Because all those people are working in different worlds with different tools. The chatbot analytics may be using SQL and dashboard. The flow builders are using diagram, maybe like Word documents. The IT architects are using API documentation. The legal risk security team is also maybe connected to the diagram in the Word document. And finally, the people actually building the dashboard are using code, scripts, and a training platform. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. This is not a simple process. It's a very complex one, and you can't get to the level of AI sophistication that you want if you have this complex process. So what we've seen is if you can have a one chatbot creation conversation platform, where everything is integrated, and as you can see on the left, all your partners work together on the same platform and can approve together and iterate and improve your solution, then you can get to this very smart, very performant dashboard. And here on the right, I'm showing, a smart conversation. So what do you want in a platform like this? You want it to be accessible to all collaborators, all partners. You want to be able to give granular permissions to edit, comment, and approve. You want to have integrated API for inline flows. That's a tough one, but that's a very strong one. Integrated analytics. I work with data. I have a data-driven approach. You want to get the data points everywhere, every step of the flow. And we will talk more about analytics. You need to be able to see and read the conversation. Sometimes a chatbot is like a black box. You want to be able to go in and see what actually was said and be able to deep and drill down easily. And you want it to be secure. From a privacy perspective, very important topic. You want it to be secure. Okay, so you want to go from there, maybe where most of the chatbot platforms are today. Very disconnected, very far away, people walking in their own bubbles, to something where it's all connected, all together, all on the same platform. Another reason why the customer still has to chat with the human is because you might have a poor analytics platform and you're not able to learn where to improve your chatbot, where it's not performing well. So let me tell you a little bit about chatbot analytics. It's a very cool topic. Okay, so most people stop here at the product analytics. Active users, active session, fallback rate, session duration, maybe interaction per session. Those are very important metrics, but they're really not going to give you the answers you're looking for to improve your chatbot. What you're also going to need is flow analytics. You want to be able to deep dive at each step of the flow, each step of each conversation, and see what the exit rate, Did the user ask to escalate to a human agent? You want to see that and be able to visualize it as a flow. And finally, customer journey analytics. Your chatbot is just going to be one touch point. So you want to be able to understand that, when the user finished the interaction with the chatbot, did he then call you? Did he went to the app or the website to actually solve the issue? If you don't have this very high level view, we're going to miss the whole picture, the big picture, and you need the big picture to see the results. To me, if you chat with the bot, but then you call the company, then it's a big fail for the company because you're not able to help your customers. And so more on this customer journey view, you need to have, you need to stop having a disconnected customer journey when it comes to customer service. So once again, it's not your AI, it's not AI that's at fault, is your disconnected customer journey. All right, so there are two very important parts in a coherent, connected platform for customer service. One is that you want your chatbot to learn from your chat agent and your call agent. So all the interaction, all the conversation, all the calls that are going on between your agent, human agent, and users, you want to feed this into the chatbot so that your chatbot can learn from it. Let's take an example. Here, we have a user asking, are you open on the weekend? And let's say the chatbot is not trained to answer this question. So, the chatbot understands the question. So, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I can help you with that. An agent will come help you shortly. And so the agent has the answer. Maybe you just, they know the answer. They have it in another system. Hi, my name is Paul. Yes, we're open on Saturday, on Sunday, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., etc. If you have a connected system, your chatbot should be able to learn from this interaction. And next time someone says, are you open on the weekend? Chatbot should be able to say, yes, we're open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You should be able to pull this answer, and thus giving more and more ability to answer to your chatbot, for your chatbot. Another part of the connected platform is to go the other way around a little bit, to have the chatbot feed into the conversations between your human agents and your customers. So here, it's called agent augmentation. It's the ability for the chatbot to, in real time, read or listen to the chat or the calls and provide suggestion, provide help to the agent, so that you don't have a two broken world, the chatbot world and the agent world. You have one world together where the agent can be really smart, really fast, really good for your customers, because the chatbot can come in and say, hey, I read this message. This user wants to reset the password. This is what you should do. This is an article. This is an FAQ. This is the information very specific to this customer. And so you want to have this chatbot integrated in your chat agent and call agent. Finally, you need to keep in mind that it's okay to ask for an agent. We ask the question, why do they ask? Why do they ask to speak with an agent? It's okay. Focus first on the customer experience. I've seen time over time examples where customers can't get to an agent. They just get stuck. They can't, even if they ask for an agent, they can't get there. It's been sometimes true, for example, with the IVR. So the IVR is when you call a company and you're trying to speak with them, and they say, oh, to do this, press 1, to do this, press 2. Don't make it too hard for them to reach the agent. I've seen once an experience with Virgin Mobile where to get to an agent, you have to say English, more options, ask a question, live advisor, something else, and then enter your mobile number or say, I don't have one. To me, when I'm with those solutions and I'm on the phone like this, I feel like this. Because you've tried every pass, you feel stuck, and you just say, I want to speak with someone, thank you, but no thank you. All right. All right, let's summarize. Why your customers are still asking to chat with a human. Number one, it's not because of your AI. Stop focusing and stop blaming it on AI. Your NLU isn't the limiting factor. Two, it's probably because you have a fragmented, disconnected conversation creation process. Try to build a platform where you can bring everyone together, all the partners, so that they can really work together and make the best answers for your customers. Three, rethink your analytics platform. Don't only focus on product analytics. Look deep into every aspect of your chatbot and look overall at the customer journey. And four, is because you have a disconnected customer journey from a platform perspective. You might have different platforms for your call agents, your chat agent, your chatbot, and those platforms don't help each other and they don't work together. Think about how you connect all the dots, how you feed information into the chatbot, and how you let the chatbot help your agents. All right, so with all those learnings and all those recommendations, my hope is that you leave this meeting and you leave your chatbot that's, 2020, maybe not perfect chatbot, to a 2021 chatbot that can finally catch a ball, even from far away, even complex, and is finally able to answer your customer and your users. All right, thank you so much. That was really cool. Thank you so much. I'm super happy to be here with you, and I'm ready to answer any questions you might have.
Wow, a big virtual round of applause for Gary, everyone. That was great. I learned a lot there as well. Thank you so much, Gary. Like Gary said, stick around, ask some questions, and don't forget to do some networking today as well, everyone. Thank you.